Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Every time I start talking about boxing, a white man got full Rocky Marciano out there.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Oh, this hard goddamn work being this good.
One more again, see what I take on your front set, I swear.
You ain't my daddy, are you?
There's gonna be consequences and repercussions.
What time is it? Damn proof.
Okay, welcome again to the Don't Be Blasé podcast. We're coming to you live from the House of Pain, otherwise known as Snap into Adelaide CBD. I'm your host, B. Caruana, joined as always by my man, Steve Burrows.
Hello, Spee.
Hello, Steve.
How are you?
Very good, sir. Before we get started, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Larry and Lad. Go to the Boys in Region Arcade, get yourself an awesome coffee, and listen to some pretty sweet tunes. But for now, on with the show. Now, Stephen.
Yes, B.
I believe you have some very important, some strong news for the people. There's a strong development in your life.
In my life.
Yes.
My life circumstances.
That's right.
I'm retiring, Spee.
You fucking, what?
38 years old.
I was going to say 40, but anyway.
Pretend you can't see the craze.
Okay.
Just pretend, you
well,
know.
I was thinking, no, he hasn't had his 40th that I said I would attend and haven't
And
yet.
didn't.
So,
That's
yeah,
right, yes.
So I've got a couple of years before
Do you remember when you came to my 30th and you dressed up as Pete Andre?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Remember how you went in blackface? No, that was
No,
another
that was
party.
a different party.
No.
And I've never done blackface. Thank you very much, Spee. Let's not bring that up again.
One of the other boys did.
There was a few guys.
There was a couple
No,
of
I didn't mention names. But yeah, okay.
It was a
That wasn't
different time.
blackface. That was a different thing. Anyway, yes, I'm retiring.
Why?
I'm hanging them up.
Did you win lotto or?
No, lotto or anything like that. But, I'm 38 years old. I've been working in the city of Adelaide for 20 years now.
Yep.
I'm just over it, buddy.
Yeah?
I'm over it. My kids are little. They're growing really fast. So I'm just going to be a dad. I'm just going to hang out with the kids.
Usually how kids grow.
Yeah.
But,
But they're growing super fast. And it's one of those things, it sounds a bit cliche, but they're growing very quickly.
yes.
And, with Sophia, when she was, obviously, when she was the firstborn,
Yep.
you get to spend so much time. There's always that one-on-one. And the little man,
Yeah, little snamel.
little Snammel, he doesn't get as much love, because it's split.
Yeah.
It's 50-50.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to really appreciate some of that time. We're going to hang out. He's going to come out of childcare for one day. So
Yeah.
it's just going to be
You and
him and me
oh,
and
father,
him.
son.
And I'm just going to enjoy life. I'm going to be doing the drop-offs. I'm going to be doing the pickups.
There you go. So
You
you
know?
missed Mr. Nanny, basically.
I
It's a
am.
real
Man.
Hulk Hogan type setup here.
I'm really looking forward to it. So now I'm on a bit of the job hunt. It's
Yep.
going to be, but it's only casual work.
Yeah.
Around my area.
Yeah.
I was thinking back
Is
into
it just like market guns?
yeah, I was gonna, yeah.
Just picking
Pick some
vegetables.
tomatoes. You're gonna do a piece of tomatoes. Maybe mow some lawns.
Yeah.
Just give people some lawn advice.
Oh, you reckon? You
You know?
might segue into a career in lawn.
Exactly, but it's just a segue. Maybe get some licenses. Think about some security,
There you go.
some maybe forklift licenses.
Oh, that's the ultimate lazy man. Like, anyone that you know, and I know people that drive forklift for a living, and let's be honest, you got that job because you didn't want to fucking do anything. It is the ultimate lazy man job. Like, what do you do? Oh, forklift driver. I just want to drive around a warehouse on a forklift doing less than fuck all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that sounds like right up my alley.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it, man. I've only got.
Maybe give it a bit. Yeah, throw it back. Go old school. Jump in a bit of pizza delivery, Steve.
Well,
Oh, here we
would
go,
you
here we go.
believe it? Remember that pizza we ate? Was it pizza we ate? What did we eat?
We went to the chicken shop, but it was a chicken shop / pizza joint. That was one of the best
That called-
things in Virginia.
in Virginia.
Way out there.
Well, guess what they're looking for?
Look at pizza driver.
Pizza delivery drivers.
There
And
you
guess
go.
who sent a message this morning
Yes.
to the said pizza?
It's almost like your career's like reverse of mine. Like, I started in pizza delivery and then I
Yeah.
moved into the city.
Yeah.
So you're going to go the other way around.
I'm going to go the other way around.
Yeah.
I started in the city when I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
Straight out of high school.
Yeah.
For the second time. I did year 12 twice.
There you go.
And I'm just, I'm over it. Speak.
Now, just one quick thing I can just let you know, in the wonderful world of pizza delivery, if you do choose to go down that alley, the whole, answer the door, oh, I'm not wearing any pants, I can't afford the pizza, doesn't happen as often as you'd hope. Not saying it doesn't happen, and it may usually not be the gender that you're after, but I'm just saying it doesn't happen as often as you'd hope.
Really? I'd like maybe like a bad movie.
Yeah. Like one of those ones that sometimes pop up on the internet.
Two fellas in a taxi or something like that. Is that the one?
Something like
Can't
that.
pay my fare.
We're going to pay somehow. Anyway, moving right along.
Okay.
We had a bit of recap through last week's all-timer for an all-timer. Now, Steve, I assume we've got a few listeners, and then we've got a lot more people on our Facebook that don't actually listen to the show. That love getting involved in the polls.
Yeah.
And everyone says
Just take half our boys and girls. Just listen to what we're going to say.
we always throw out there. Like, yes, last week, I think we pointed out several times. Probably don't put Top Gun in there. Everyone, Top Gun. Hey, what about Top Gun? Hey, you didn't mention Top Gun. We fucking know Top Gun. We're aware of Top Gun. We're aware there's a film based on a whole lot of homosexual pilots called Top Gun. We're aware. Everyone seems to love it, which makes me believe two things. Like I said, one, no one actually listens to the show.
Yep.
And two, a lot of people haven't seen it in the last 20 years. And they haven't gone back and enjoyed the homoeroticism that is Top Gun. But Steve,
Yes, Pete.
I will give you the big nod.
The nod?
You did win that one hands. Then you got a lot more going towards your few good men. There was a few good men that supported you, and not many men that supported Jeremy
Very
Maguire.
well done. And was there any surprise? I was surprised we forgot about Rain Man.
Yes, I especially because I am Rain Man.
Yes,
So which is
exactly.
a huge shock that I forgot it.
Yes.
But yeah, Rain Man. The thing is, when you look at someone like that, that was that show where that guy where you had so many. He's got so many.
he
If you
does.
go as
He's so
IMDb, it's just madness. It's a lot to choose from.
And that's why I don't think he gets the respect he deserves. Pete. He has done some quality stuff out there.
He was just such a megastar in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
And like just enormous. I mean, like back when, megastars were megastars before people had so much access to things.
Yes.
But then, like any person really, you see enough of them or spend enough time with them, the shine can go off a lot of
Yeah.
people. So don't meet your heroes.
Yes.
But that's what I think what happened to him, and he just got out there too much, and then he Scientology, and everyone kind of went, you're a bit fucking weird.
Yeah.
So, and it's like the more, everyone would routinely say, as far as cool actors from the 70s, 60s, 70s, you got like Steve McQueen.
Yes. Oh,
Now,
obviously. Yes.
Awesome. Like really cool,
Yep.
cool guy. You start reading some stories up on some of the behaviour of one Steve McQueen offset, and you might turn on him pretty quickly. And that's the difference between those sort of megastars, quote unquote, from back in the day and the guys today is that we have access to everything, and if they fart in a restaurant, we know about it, and like that's the way it's gotten these days. There's no privacy, there's no one like. It's hard to have an aura about you when everyone knows everything about you, and that's what happens to all these guys these days.
Yeah, it's like the old Sean Connery thing.
Yeah,
Jeez, that guy. I actually watched it. If you can actually find it on YouTube or something like that, he's talking to not Martha Stewart, one of those Barbara someone.
Yeah.
The old
the old
journalists
bags,
from E! News and shit, and he talks about like smacking women.
Yeah. Oh yeah, routinely.
Whether it's not like because he to summarize it, he basically says he goes, well, sometimes. You've told them too many times, and they're still not listening.
Yeah.
Well,
Good way of sorting it out.
the next step is, and it was quite interesting because imagine that was today.
Oh yeah, no, you couldn't say that.
Imagine, you probably couldn't say it back then.
No, in fairness, but like I said, this is the guy who's like I said when you go back in.
Sean Connery, 007, he's normally the favourite, right?
I argue with everybody that Daniel Craig's the better Bond, and everyone goes, "Oh, but Sean Connery." I'm like, "What's your stance on slapping women?" Because if you're all for it, then I'm pretty sure Sean Connery's your guy. But if you're against the old, slapping a woman in the face, then, you might want to go to Daniel Craig, who's an absolute superstar. But speaking of superstars, we're going to
segue.
Speaking of superstars that are absolute fuckwits, we have reigning defending champion of the Ship Bloke Awards, Kevin Durant.
Did he knock you off in the end?
Yeah,
you were up there. It was a 2-horse race.
It was touch and go. All I needed to do every time I just went to, like I said, you go to any of the boys in our gym, who's the shittest bloke you know? Oh, Kevin Durant. Why?
Yep.
Oh, he's a fuckhead. I'm like, there we go.
Okay.
He was always going to win. No matter how bad my behaviour is, and let's be honest, it gets pretty bad. Kevin Durant is always infinitely worse than me. The reason why I bring up Kevin Durant is because he's turned into the biggest sook in the history of the NBA. This is a man who left a team that was doing really well, had a 72 win or 73 win Golden State Warriors 3-1 up in the conference finals, lost that series, then goes and joins that team. Wins two titles, wins 2 finals MVPs, and apparently still fucking miserable.
Oh, he's still miserable.
He said, even said in an interview, it didn't bring him as much joy as he thought it would. what do you expect, mate? Like, it's
you
like
didn't earn it, man.
yeah,
did
it's
you?
like, oh yeah, I played NBA 2K and I went 82-0 and I didn't lose a game. Yeah, but you're on easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no
Yeah.
challenge there.
No.
And now he's getting himself roughed up by a guy that's pretty much my size.
Yeah.
And this guy is 6'10". He's gotten under his skin, Patrick Beverley. I just can't handle the fact that this is the guy that everyone routinely says, oh, he's the second best player in the world. Or
Well,
he might be,
He's
banging.
probably the best player in the world at the moment.
Exactly. I might be
Yeah.
banging on LeBron's door. Or he's the best player in the world. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Held to what? 8 shots
Yeah.
and 9 turnovers in a playoff game in which they lost a 31-point lead. And to top it off, he fouled out
Yeah.
after getting ejected the game before. Steve, defend your boy. He's a fucking mess.
Well, I mean, look, obviously a shocking game.
Yeah.
To blow a 31-point lead is just, I cannot believe that, and that has cost me money. Steve.
Oh, well, there we go.
That has cost me money.
That's why you really...
Even Melo wouldn't blow a 31-point lead. Just let it up.
I wouldn't bet on Melo with a 50-point lead.
But just put it out there, like, obviously terrible game.
Yep.
Only put up 8 shots. He did shoot well. He scored 5 of those 8 shots.
Yeah, well, he
by the way.
did go to the line. I think he had like something on
14
like
free throws,
yeah,
yeah.
he had a lot of free throws.
Yeah. So he obviously, but you know what I just love about this is the fact that it happens.
Yeah.
You know, Golden State, I think everyone penciled in them for a sweep.
Yeah.
Especially at 7-minute mark of the third quarter when you're up 31. It's like, this is just a joke.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of the podcasts I listened to this morning. They're from New York.
You're right.
So a lot of them, yeah, same thing.
Well, they went to bed or
Went to
something?
bed, yeah, went to bed because the game was on after midnight.
Right.
They start, they're going to get up and do shows at 6.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
all went to bed and went, here we go. We'll talk about this in the morning. They woke up. He fucking won.
He fucking nice, Eddie Murphy reference. Yeah, so that is. It's just insane that, but that's the NBA though today. I feel
See,
like the
that's-
NBA today.
This is where I bristle up.
Okay.
Is because if this was one LeBron James,
Yeah.
having a game like that,
Mm-hmm.
this is when all the fucking people come out and would just with their pitchforks and lanterns and come after the man.
Yes.
Because, I mean, like you said, he calls himself the greatest. You've got to hold yourself to a higher standard.
Yes.
But the thing is, like you said, it happens. This thing
Yeah.
happens in the NBA. And the NBA is littered with games like this. Like, Jordan's even had games like this. But, people's selective memory,
Of course.
if you listen to Michael Jordan fans, he never missed a shot in the history of the world, especially at the end of the game.
Yes, yes.
Never missed a miss.
I've not seen evidence to the contrary, so yes, proceed.
I could show you a whole video, Steve. But this happens. But the problem is with LeBron, he's just now put himself on this higher pedestal, this higher standard that everyone just comes after him. So it just really annoys me that everyone's like, oh, Kevin Durant's better than LeBron. And he puts up that absolute turkey and sooks about it the whole time. I just think this is where we need to appreciate not only is LeBron a better player, but just the fact that he's been under this scrutiny since he was, 16?
Yeah.
Durant's been under the scrutiny for 3 years and he's already like, I don't want to play
man,
anymore.
no.
It's not fun anymore. It's like, come on, mate, sack up. Like,
This is where we're going to have a difference of opinion.
okay, you tell me your difference of opinion.
Well,
here.
the thing is, look, I mean, I think people wouldn't be so hard on LeBron if
Yeah.
it wasn't for you fans. I think you fans
You people.
ruin it.
You're calling me you people.
You said you people. I think that's what it is because LeBron is great.
Yeah.
He is great. He's one of the greatest players of all time. Kevin Durant is not quite there yet, but I do
no.
believe Kevin Durant is better than LeBron today.
Oof.
I think he is. And actually, I think Giannis is better than LeBron James as of today.
I'll give you Giannis, but I won't accept the
I think
KD
you're letting the personal feelings get in the way there.
No,
Steve.
it's just genuinely because
I think he's a better basketball player.
No,
He's a better defender, by far. He's a better
No,
scorer.
Okay, this is where our thing is. This is when he wants to be.
But that's half the battle, Speed. It was rocking up every day.
Kevin Durant, yeah, but the thing is, rocking up and carrying your own team. Like, let's be honest. LeBron has been carrying those chumps back in Cleveland for the last 3 years. And then he's had to do the same thing with the Lakers. But this is where the ultimate thing is. If you take Durant out of Golden State and you swap him, like straight swap
Yeah,
for
flat out.
LeBron.
That he will also not make the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. But would he do much better, Yoen?
No.
Whereas I think, like, at the moment, the only person I could swap out of the Lakers and swap in another player and actually get a better result would be Giannis.
Yeah.
Because Giannis has done it pretty much. I mean, let's be honest. Middleton was an all-star this year, but that's, it's the East is super weak now. Brook Lopez has just become a good shooter because he can space the floor. And they've got Bledsoe, but who else they really have? He has literally carried that team on his back. And I've always been a bit of a, on the fence with Giannis But I've been watching him last couple of weeks. I'm like, that
He's
boy
pretty
good.
good.
That
He
boy
good.
good.
He good.
So yeah, I think he's the only one that I could genuinely
Look,
say is better.
I think about I don't want to dwell on it too much, but the way I see it is this: LeBron. Okay, we talk about Michael Jordan. Remember the old time? You know, a lot of LeBron fans will refer to Jordan when he retired. So they'll say the year he won the title, the third year they won 57 games or something. The following year they only won 55. So he always had a great team behind him. And then they reference LeBron. They win 57 games. The next year they won 20 or whatever the hell it was. And they said obviously, but this is the thing. People like Michael Jordan. Yeah. They as much as he shoots the ball, he plays within the system. He plays in a team. And Kevin Durant's very much the same. The difference is LeBron, and this is why it's very hard to compare, is LeBron is the system. Yeah. LeBron doesn't play within a system. No. It's LeBron, it's your team, and we'll work around you. Yeah. Whereas most, maybe it changes these days, but mostly you fit within a system. Yeah. So that's why it's hard to say, take LeBron out, replace Kevin Durant, because quite frankly, Kevin Durant doesn't have the responsibilities LeBron does. It does not mean he's not a better player. It's just that, you know...
He doesn't have the responsibilities because he doesn't want them.
No, I think that's quite clear.
Honest,
I think that's quite clear.
I mean, he does want it. I mean, hopefully he does leave at the end of the year and go somewhere else. I mean, good.
I hope so.
He's going to go to the Knicks, which will make Nick happy and me. Yeah. But I would like to see him take on another challenge. I just thought, he's at the moment he's just being a bit precious, you know, and like he's been under the scrutiny for a while, like a couple of years, and he's got the sooks up, you know. It's just like deal with some long time pressure.
Oh no,
So we'll move on from there. Now, Steve, we're gonna
segue.
Very smooth, Steve.
Nah,
we're gonna transition into a Easter topic. It's the time of year.
Oh yes,
that we celebrate. Well, we don't really celebrate, but we mourn the death of Jeebus and the fact that Jeebus came back 3 days later, allegedly.
Those chocolate eggs.
Yeah, we're all about hot cross buns and eggs here. Let's be honest. We can leave some of that religious stuff to the more religious inclined.
Right.
Yeah, which is not us.
We know.
But Steve,
yes,
this is a subject that's been brought up on social media recently amongst the wrestling crew, the Australian wrestlers. Once we get onto a topic, we will fight to the nail, even though, let's be honest, we're all borderline retarded. Steve.
Yes, we.
Chocolate.
Oh, it wasn't a Pokemon thing.
No, it wasn't Pokemon.
No Dragon Ball Z?
No Dragon. I have no idea about shit.
No, Game of Thrones?
No, I'm off that.
What those cool kids are talking about these days. So we're talking about chocolate.
We're talking about chocolate. This is your special subject.
Yeah, we're talking. That's
chocolate.
Cool. Yeah.
Cupboard or fridge? Where do you keep it?
Well, it's not as simple as that. Well, I think this. It sits in the aisles in usually in aisle number 3 or something like that at Coles or Woolies. Yep. Unrefrigerated. Yes. Whilst it's packaged, it's unrefrigerated. I don't buy it. The wife buys it. It then goes into the cupboard.
And then into your stomach.
Sometimes it doesn't make the cupboard. But the thing is this, it stays there. Once we open it and we take a slither of chocolate, then it goes into the refrigerator.
Even if you fold it back up and you essentially seal it back up?
I don't know what it is, man. It's like kind of like tomato sauce.
Yeah.
Tomato sauce, when you buy it,
it
stays in the container, and if it's a reserve, you put it on the shelf.
In the pantry.
As soon as you open it, it then goes into the refrigerator.
Right. Yeah, I understand that one because it does say refrigerate after use on it.
Yes.
But it doesn't say that on the chocolate.
Okay, I haven't read the fine print. Obviously, I don't count these. I don't look at the macros.
You attack it like a child attacking a Christmas present, just ripping up paper everywhere.
Exactly.
Whereas I like to, save the paper for next time. We can fold other presents with it.
My mum would like it.
Yeah. I can't do, I mean, really, I can't do the whole eat stuff. Like, put it away. Like,
you're finishing it?
Yeah, this is the reason why I buy it. Like whenever it ends up in arms, when Cadbury brought out the smaller blocks, everyone's like, oh, this is bullshit. There's smaller blocks. I can't believe everyone's doing smaller blocks. I'm just like, mate, you need to do smaller blocks because I eat it in one go. I can't have the family blocks because I don't stop until food is gone. There's a reason why I used to be a fat kid. You know, like, can't have giant bags of chips because even like I'll buy the smaller bags and like Satan will be like, oh, you get like the big bag, like a 200 gram bag for like $1.99. That small bag's like $1.79. I'm like, I don't want to eat because I'm not grumbling. I'm not putting it back in the cupboard.
Yeah,
it's all gone.
Yeah.
So if the smaller blocks of chocolates, I'm all for. So I don't get this, like.
So where do you stand? Is it in the cupboard? Is it in the fridge?
Nah, fridge guy.
From the start.
From
before it's open, you put it in the fridge.
Straight in the fridge.
But why doesn't Coles put it in the fridge?
Well, because they've got air conditioning going on in their shop all the time, you know. Like, and some people like it's cold, some people. But I see is if I go into a servo or something, you know, every now and then they'll have a few chocolate bars in the fridge.
They're the off ones. They're the ones that are like past the expiry date.
It's like all the sausage. This is a little hot tip.
Hot dogs.
If you ever go anywhere that has meat that's pre-marinated or quote-unquote barbecue mix, don't touch it. My cousin used to work at a sausage factory.
Really?
Yeah, it's they marinate it or they put barbecue mix on it to cover the smell.
salmonella.
Yeah, to hide the smell. That's the legit thing.
No
yeah,
way.
yeah. So don't ever get pre-marinated steak.
Oh shit.
Yeah, not good. But it's what I said. Yeah, no. I like the cold chocolate. So if I go to a servo and there's chocolate bars in the fridge, like you know, you cherry rub something, I'm going for that one first. I'm not going the one on the counter. I like my cold chocolate. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't like melty stuff.
Oh,
You know?
really? Okay, so here's my question then. You know what I really dig Easter time? I only get it Easter time.
Yeah.
Is the chocolate solid eggs.
Yes.
Cadbury or Red Tulip.
Yeah.
The other one's a backyard show. I don't want to know about them, but those...
Red Tulip's really it's a very distant second to the Cadbury.
I think Cadbury's number one, right?
Yeah,
Are we on the
sure,
same
yeah.
page?
Yeah.
Okay,
Other than Hague's.
But Cadbury wasn't always there.
No, Hague's is best. The old South Australian icon. If you can get them, but they're
Solid
very
chocolate
expensive.
eggs?
Oh, yeah, they do them. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything from them is number one.
Okay. There's
automatically.
Hague's actually across the road here. I might stop by.
There's several in
On
the
the way back.
CBD, and
Yes.
I do struggle. I used to have a
frequent
client
them?
that worked there and used to get discount. It was very dangerous. But anyway, continue.
So, all right. So let's say Cadbury's number one for the purpose of this argument. Red Tulip is number two. Because Red Tulip used to be the number one, but Cadbury's knocked them off.
Yep.
Now,
Sounds like a real man that knows.
now we're talking. But my question is, see, I love that shit. I'll buy the bag. It will last me a little while, but I'll buy a bag. And I get them, and I always tell Sophia, when I said, don't bite it,
Yeah.
just suck it.
Yeah.
Let that shit...
Yeah.
So it's like a 5-minute chocolate.
It is.
You let it say... So, but you don't like the melty shit, but do you suck it, or do you chew the chocolate?
I'm
man?
a chewer, straight up. Like, even like...
So I feel like it's wasted if you do
Yeah,
that. You don't
and-
savour it.
And that's true. And I'll be honest with you, with those solid eggs, you do want them a bit softer. I don't like them
Yeah.
straight out of the fridge.
Because imagine that. Yeah,
Yeah, because I usually do when it comes to eggs, or the Christmas like chocolate,
Yes.
or the Easter chocolate, I like the hollow eggs.
Okay, yep.
So I like them in the fridge.
Oh, yeah, I break that shit up, put them in a bowl.
Oh, see, no, I just like them because I like them because there's
Oh,
some
okay.
joy I get out of biting into it the first time.
Do you bite the egg?
Yeah.
I break it. I like
No.
on the end of the table.
No.
Shatter that shit up.
No, I like to. I don't know.
Well, that's
something about
interesting.
same way as like if you get one of the bunnies and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take those ears. Like, I'll
But
just-
you bite it?
Yeah, straight into it. Yeah.
So I break it.
No. I enjoy
Intriguing.
the.
I thought I knew you.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
This
it's-
is a whole new
This is
thing.
really opening up some eyes.
It is.
No, but I like that. I like that sort of. I'm a texture eater, you know, and so I like that
Okay.
harder taste. I mean, sometimes I leave it out for a little bit, it softens up a bit, but I don't like it already soft, and you just got to touch it. Like,
Oh,
especially
no,
the hollow
no,
eggs.
who wants that? No.
And you got to touch it, especially because the air conditioning in our place isn't great, especially with Satan leaving fucking heater on all the time because the place needs to be cooking. All
I know,
the time.
it's getting close to winter. You're still
Electric
doing
blanket's been
electric
on.
blanket?
Yeah, it's been on. Yeah, on her side. My side's not even plugged in, but we've had a couple of days where her side's come on, and then like I had to switch the air conditioning back because the beauty of living in Adelaide, we've had a couple of hot days. I wanted to turn the aircon on just to take because I broke the fan. And
What do you mean you broke the fan?
I was moving it, and then it just tipped over. It's like one of those cheap fans you buy from Kmart. That you set up yourself.
Yeah.
And then like it's half of it's plastic, so it just snapped.
What do you mean you dropped it?
Like tilt. It's like a pedestal fan.
Yeah.
It just fell over, and then
Why
like,
did it fall over?
because I was trying to pull it from. I was like trying to reach it, like you know, you try to test the distance on the cable, and I wasn't quite as close as I thought it was. And I just thought of like, I'll just give it a little lean, and then the whole thing came down.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
and so then it snapped. So we haven't had that. So, but just to take some of the heat out of the house, I thought I'll just because we're upstairs, so it's very stuffy. Chuck the air conditioning on. I'm sitting there under the air conditioning. I'm like, this is, and I look over the thing for it, and she's already set it to hot. I'm
She
like,
did heat?
oh yeah, she like the first cold day she moved it to all to heat, you know. And so I was just like, oh, so we've had that. We've had the electric blanket on. It's just a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
And all the chocolate's melting.
All the chocolate's melting, so you can't keep chocolate in the cupboard. You know, in the pantry, it's not going to go. And I don't want to start like you don't want to get the sticky fingers because your chocolate's melted in your hand.
Nah, that's true. Yeah,
You want
fair
it to
enough.
melt in your mouth, not in your hand, like the M&Ms.
The old M&Ms.
Yeah.
They dropped that. Remember that? Used to be their catchphrase.
Yeah. Now they just got the cartoon
They're little
ones.
people.
Yeah, they're the best. I like them.
Oh, we're on fire. Wow. What other interesting topics do we need to talk about here?
Well, no, just go quickly on to finish off the Easter thing.
Okay,
I still don't get how you're going to put it like your refrigerator after use. So I'll see how.
But I don't know. It's weird, man. Once you open it, it's in the fridge.
Okay, well, we might put that one out there for people.
Okay.
Yeah, for the 6 people that are listening now, and then we'll get 907 people comment on the without listening to our arguments. They'll just comment on the Facebook.
Yeah.
We'll throw that in there. So,
Okay.
Steve.
Yes, Pete.
I'm going to finish off with another all-timer for an all-timer. Now, we got some responses to last week's. Like I said, with Tom Cruise, everyone putting in Top Gun. Good job, guys. A couple of people, no, we did get one of our favourite, which was Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, oh, yes.
But like I said, was uncredited, so we can't claim that as one of his best movies, but was good.
Great call.
Great role from him. But the one thing people didn't do, I think, but don't know if you wrote it in the...
I don't think I did, actually. I expected them to be listening.
Yeah, that was first.
Terrible.
But we didn't get a request for this week.
Okay.
But we will take our own on, Steve.
Okay.
Now, we started with action movies with The Rock.
Yes.
Then we segued into drama, and Tom Cruise.
Yep.
This week I want to go comedy. And this is a man that we hold very dear. This is a man that our listener would hold very dear as well. This is our generation guy.
Yeah.
Best film for Eddie Murphy.
Whew, that's a big one.
Yeah, and so they can't be, even though technically like Delirious and Raw were films that were released in cinema, we're going to scratch them.
No, they're not screenplay.
Yeah, it needs to be your traditional sort of film.
Mm-hmm.
So Steve, the all-timer for the all-timer, and he is a fucking all-timer as far as comedy films.
Yep.
Who are you going for Eddie Murphy?
Oof. Wait,
You're sweating, Steve.
I am sweating. I'm sweating.
Because this is one that you
Is that
know.
turning the heat up here?
Yeah. Satan's on her way in.
This is vibing. Mate, I don't know. All right, so how are we going to go? Are we just going to flat out just tell us what our favourite is, or are we going to beat around the bush and talk about the contenders?
Steve, when do we ever get to the point on the show?
Okay.
Give us your short list.
Okay, my short list.
And then we can work our way down. Because there's some classics that are going to come straight to mind.
Straight to mind.
Because this is where we need to sort of brainstorm. Because remember the last week I couldn't quite think of the one I wanted to.
Yep.
And it did come up on Facebook a couple of times, was Collateral for Tom Cruise.
Collateral, okay.
That was the one that I had in my head but couldn't quite get
a
recall. So let's just shoot some out there. Yeah. Because there's ones you might have forgotten.
Minority Report is the one I actually forgot about with Tom Cruise.
Mate, he's got some bangers.
Yeah, he does. I think, all right, look, the obvious one, one of the foundations that this show is based on is life.
Yes.
That is one of the very few things that Spear and I agree on is life. So I'm going to throw that one out there.
Yeah.
The other one, which I think is probably universally everyone's favourite, is Coming to America.
Yes.
Which they are making a sequel to.
I have heard that. And which have you gone back to watch recently?
Coming to America. Only the time when I told you that Jonah had turned it on in the background. So that was maybe a year or two ago.
I watched it a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
It is still brilliantly funny.
Yes.
The only thing is, it wraps up way too quickly. It's almost like there's a scene missing.
Okay, so the director's cut would actually explore it a bit
more.
It might, because
it goes from, like your traditional, your storyline, ebbs and flows, that sort of stuff. And it gets to that bit where, the family come to her house, like the Zamunda family.
That's right,
and they come to the house, and then she leaves in the rain, and he goes after her.
He does.
And they're on the train together.
That's right.
And she says, I can't see you anymore. And she pisses off.
And then he goes back to Africa.
Yeah. The very next scene... He's getting married and she pops up and like, what? Fucking what?
Yeah, storytelling.
Yeah, it was just like a constant. It was like, was there a scene where, like, there's just something missing from that? It was just like, I get it. And you knew that's where it was going to end up.
Course.
But it just feels like there was a scene missing. I remember watching it just going, hang on, Dick, what fucking... Like,
don't fall asleep for
she just said, I don't want to see you again. And then, actually, hang on. Nah, scratch that. I'll come and marry you in Zamunda. Yeah. Like, it was just... that was the only thing. That was my only nitpick with that film. Yeah. It just feels like there's one scene missing where, she spoke to the mother or, someone came and smoothed it over. And like, what's his name went over there and sorted it out.
Yeah.
It was just...
So King Joffrey doesn't speak to her?
No. Between that scene and
what
that
about the
scene,
mum? The mum, does she talk
no,
to her?
he kind of looks at her and she smiles at him, like the mum and stuff like that. Like, they allude to, like, through the facials and stuff like that, because Eddie Murphy is very good with the facial acting. He's great with portraying his emotions through the comedy through the face. But yeah, it has that sort of, like, oh, yeah, gave each other a look and I sorted it out. Don't worry about it. But it's never actually.
No one knows that was 9 months ago.
Yeah.
So much has happened in between
It's just like the SpongeBob. 15 minutes later, and then all of a sudden they're getting married. So that was my only nitpick with that film.
Right, actually, and I want to bring this up because I think it's a scene that gets overlooked in Coming to America. It's very, very funny, and it was when the Zamundas, sorry, not the Zamundas, the family from Zamunda goes to Casa, whatever his name is, McDowell. Yeah. And it's a very funny scene because he's trying to because none of the kids are there, right? So he's actually kind of delaying them.
Yeah, stall.
And he keeps going to get the cheese parfaits where he's cooking. And there's a bit where he just keeps going running back and forth. And there's a scene in it where he actually trips over.
Oh, right.
And it's so funny because he trips over in the step. There's a little step he has to get up. He turns around, smiles, and runs away. I was wondering if that was ad-libbed or not because that was actually comical genius.
Some of those moments there like that, when you get that, it's just like, it was one take. You accidentally did it. They just went, right, keep
brilliant.
Yeah.
Rewatch that scene on its own. It's weird because there's the music in the background. So it's kind of the tempo's going up and something. Okay. Anyway, so Coming to America is definitely there.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yes.
Beverly Hills Cop is, again, another one I think they're remaking again. But what a great franchise 1 and 2 was. Yep. Number 3, they kind of...
Yeah, they jumped the shark a bit, yeah.
But that one, and then there's so many more. I mean, that's probably the 3...
They're your 3 pinnacles.
Yeah. But there's so much more. There's Bowfinger.
Bowfinger is
him and Steve Martin.
So underrated. Because, we were talking about it before we started recording, is... You don't think it's Eddie Murphy. Like, I remember when I was watching it, because I loved him being Kit.
Yes.
Because that just felt like Eddie Murphy being Eddie Murphy. And then all of a sudden, he's not in it, and it's just this nerdy guy. And you're like, oh, I like this guy. I like Eddie Murphy. You're like, hey, it's the same fucking guy. Yeah. But he just plays it so well that you kind of forget, he makes them both 2 very different characters that you forget that it's the same guy. And that's sort of Eddie Murphy's always been his skill, is playing all those characters. He loves dressing up and he loves the prosthetics and he loves all that sort of bullshit. Yeah. And also to throw it in there, Steve Martin, I miss him.
Oh,
very underrated.
Very funny.
Yeah,
very funny.
What else you got for us, Steve?
The big box office ones like Nutty Professor.
Nutty Professor. 1 was really good. 2 probably could have done without again.
Was there a 3rd one?
I hope not. No, I think you're probably thinking of Norbert. That felt like Nutty Professor 3.
Yeah, okay. What about after the wife brought this one up? And Moana with The Rock. Yeah. How about Shrek?
Yes.
Donkey.
It does count. Shrek 1 is outstanding.
Actually, I've been watching Shrek lately. Yeah. Little boys onto that. And Shrek 4.
Right.
So it's called Shrek Forever After or something along those lines. The 3rd one was the one with Justin Timberlake and that one sucked.
3rd one was so dreadful that I just gave up on the series.
Right.
Like you expect with sort of kids' films, they're going to drag them out and try to make as much money as possible.
Yeah.
I get that. But the 3rd one, I even saw it at the cinema.
Oh,
and it was dreadful.
Terrible.
I was just like, terrible. This is
terrible.
So I never got around to the 4th one.
4th one's good.
Recommend it?
I do. It's not. It's a much better than the 3rd one. Let's put it that way. Another one which I loved as a kid.
Yep.
The Golden Child.
Golden Child's so good. I was hoping you to bring that up because that one is classic Eddie Murphy being Eddie Murphy. It's one of those ones. They gave sort of guys their roles. They were essentially themselves, and that one was him being his normal smartass. He's like, "Can I have the knife, please?" That movie is so good. Yeah, it's it's another one that holds up really, really well.
Yes.
So that's probably your top 4 there.
Yeah.
The Golden Child. I'm trying to think what else have we got.
Well, another good one which the wife and I like, and I can't wait for the kids to be old enough to quite get it.
Yep.
Is actually one that he probably gets frowned upon.
What?
Is Daddy Daycare.
No, that actually was pretty good too.
Very good.
Once again, if he knows his lane, he can be very funny. Because he did Don't Do Little, and that was a bit, it was a bit do. But Daddy Daycare actually was surprisingly entertained by. I think that was another one they did multiples of.
A lot of people, I think, the thing is, a lot of people our age at least, a lot of their criticism of Eddie Murphy is he started doing the family films.
Yeah.
The Dr. Dolittle, Daycare and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes a couple of gems is hidden in that. So they get labelled as, that's Eddie Murphy just doing family stuff.
Yeah.
But there are the gems in Daycare.
Because he tried to do too many sort of complicated comedies, and then you got things like Adventures of Pluto Nash, which at the time was the biggest box office flop of all time as far as money spent on it, as far as return. and then Norbit, which
Yeah.
was like, I watched it. It wasn't bad. It was like what you expect from Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like hugely funny, you know. And like it was just like, I can sit here and I can watch this because I just love Eddie Murphy, and it had like Cat Williams stuff in it. It was good, but
There's the other one, Meet Dave. Remember
Meet
that
Dave,
one?
yeah, remember that?
Pretty average.
Yeah, pretty average as well. Like I said, he has some really good hits, but recently he's had some really bad misses. Although the heist wasn't too bad.
Now, is that him and Ben,
Ben
Stiller?
Stiller.
I've yet to watch all of that. I keep seeing the first...
Oh, yeah, no, I'd recommend to go watch that because that was one of those ones that's like, actually,
Okay.
it's one of your better ones in a while. It
Yeah.
falls into that Bowfinger category. Very underrated, like very good. Not many people saw it. Not
Okay.
enough people saw it, but very good.
Did you see the one with De Niro? Showtime, I think it was called.
Yes, I did
When
see
he's
Showtime.
I think he's an actor trying to be a cop.
Yeah.
And De Niro's a cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very good too. I didn't mind that
Yeah,
one.
it
I mean,
wasn't
that
too
was
bad.
like wasn't either of them at their absolute acting best.
No.
But yeah, but there's our list. So you're gonna have to choose one, Steve. So is he gonna choose Life, Coming to America, Beverly Hills Cop, or The Golden Child? This is gonna be a real tough one for you. I know some people are probably like Benny's probably listening to this like screaming into his phone like, Steve, you have to choose this one.
Yeah. Look, for the sake of our relationships, I feel like I need to say Life.
There you go.
But something about Coming to America, man.
Yeah.
The thing is, what's funny, right, is that Life is probably one of my all-time favourite films.
Yes.
But Coming to America is my favourite Eddie Murphy film. How
Yeah.
does that work? But it
works. It works.
Because Life is one of my favourites of all-time films.
It is.
Like that, Grey White Hype, Conan the Barbarian,
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
But Coming to America is my favourite Eddie Murphy film. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I can't explain it.
Coming to
but that's what
America
it
is in my top like 5 comedies of all time. Like it's pretty much neck and neck with my love for Wedding Crashers. Like those two, I can just watch over. I could watch them every day, and I'd still laugh at something different. You know, what I mean, like sometimes I watch it, like Coming to America, and I just want to laugh at Randy Watson, and
Is that the best, man? Like,
and then sometimes I watch it, I just want to watch the barber scene.
yes.
You know, and like it's great. I mean, half of our intros from the start of the show come from Coming to
right.
America.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, you have to make a decision, Steve.
What are you doing?
I'm going to go with Coming to America.
Fine,
you
I'll
can
go
go on
Life.
Life, okay? And
Life.
we'll let the crowd select other,
Yep.
even though, let's be honest, the crowd just doesn't even listen to the show.
No.
But we'll put that online, and that's going to be ours for this
Can we
week.
put like a little? I think they're called Easter eggs in this.
Yeah.
Let's put an Easter egg in this episode. Like, obviously, I'm announcing it.
Yeah.
But just to see if people listen to the show and then comment on
Yeah.
the things. What can we say? We have not prepared for this in any way, shape, or form. And Speed's looking at me like you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
Well, now I'm just going to go to the simple Simpsons one of if you put your comment in there, put your film that you like, and then Purple Monkey Dishwasher.
There we go. Let's see if anyone actually does that.
Yeah, so then we can just put a little in brackets, a little Purple Monkey Dishwasher, and we'll see what we go. It's the Chinese Whispers, mate. It comes through.
Yes.
But that's going to be us for this week, guys. So don't forget to vote. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel too, guys. Send it out to some people. We need to get more people listening because obviously you love
You're
it.
not.
You love it, all 6 of you. And we need, there's many people who've got the Facebook, we need them onto the show and vice versa. Just make this thing enormous. And, help fund Steve's retirement. So for this week's The Speaker, I want to say goodbye. For Steve
you later.
Burrows, we'll speak to you next week. Peace.
Peace.
To support the boys, subscribe to the podcast and leave a 5-star review. And if you want to be involved, head over to facebook.com/DBB podcast, where you and the other 2 to 3 listeners can leave feedback and constructive criticism.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.